Munchy Dada, so you talking about stop talking to me. The greatest MVP race of our time. Feel me? Let's see what they're talking about. I'm not gonna lie. Also drop down who you got MVP for this season, because I'm not gonna lie. If it's not Jalen Brunson, you don't know basketball, you need to be banned from talking about basketball. I'm not gonna lie.
We are now just a few weeks away from the end of the 2025 NBA regular season. And by this point, the MVP race is usually all.
We all got winning the championship too, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely the Knicks, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know who's stopping. Brunson with Cole Anthony Towns on the same team. Mind you, I just mentioned only two players. With Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, niggas stop him. Everybody keep talking about the Thunder, the Lakers with Luka and LeBron. Y'all keep believing in all the propaganda, all the, them saying, y'all, and that's why I don't be taking them saying opinion seriously, like, when it comes to, like, the game of basketball, because a lot of people, them saying, just talk from a standpoint of emotional. Them saying they don't really use logic at the time, and that's why them saying you can't really allow everybody's thoughts, them saying, to really influence your psyche and shit like that. Them saying anybody with two eyes and them saying half a brain can clearly see that the Knicks is always the best team on the floor all the time. That's just me though. I ain't gonna lie.
All but wrapped up. But what do you do when there's two MVPs? History says you vote for the guy who is leading his team to the most wins of any team in a decade while putting up prime Michael Jordan numbers. Very clearly the best player on the...
Nah, listen, shit is nice. Shit is nice. But, you know what I'm saying, if the MVP not going to be Jalen Brunson, which I don't know how, you know what I'm saying, considering all that he's done, and he only stands at 6, you gotta factor in, bro. Shai Gilgeous is 6'5", bro. Jokic is 7'2". So obviously the game is going to be a slightly easier for them, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying, considering they skill, you know what I'm saying, package and shit like that. Brunson is only 6'2", bro. Getting his shots off against people that's guarding him, they like 6'7", 6'8", but it don't be mattering type shit. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to pick between these two people, I would definitely have to say Jokic, bro. Averaging a 30-point triple-double? Bro, I seen bro drop, what was he playing, the Suns? Nigga dropped like, I think nigga dropped like 20 and 20 and 20, like, I don't know.
Best team, which should make this decision pretty obvious. Except it's not. Because history has never seen a season like the one Nikola Jokic is having. It's better than this one, and this one, and this one. In fact, it is possibly the most impactful season anyone has ever had. 2 all-time great campaigns, and only 1 trophy. It is the greatest.
Only thing that got me tight about this season is, bro, literally, you know what I'm saying, I still care about the season, but it got me tight because I really wanted to see, like, a Mavericks versus Lakers Western Conference Finals, which we know we're not getting because of Kyrie torn ACL. Shit is fucking bullshit. Kyrie's the greatest player of all time in NBA history, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what nobody talk about. Don't talk to me about no fucking stats. Don't talk to me about MVPs. Niggas that really play the game and understand the game. Niggas that really done stepped on the court. Niggas that really, you know what I'm saying, know how to use their eyes. What does your eyes tell you, my nigga? The nigga be the best player on the floor at all times. I'm dead ass. That's just me. I ain't gonna lie.
MVP race in recent history, and it has left voters completely torn, questioning what it even means to be the NBA's most valuable player.
Jokic is valid, don't get me wrong, but like his game is kind of like he don't dunk on niggas and shit. That shit kind of boring to me.
Today's video is sponsored by DraftSpot's exciting just choose point the credit claim your valuable player in the league. The most compelling case someone can make to be the most valuable player in the league is to put up the best numbers in the league. This isn't the only ingredient to the MVP recipe, but it's a big one. And right now, Jokic and Shai aren't just having the 2 best seasons in the
Doesn't Jokic have better numbers than him and Shai's team is better type shit? Or I'm bugging?
NBA. They're having 2 of the best seasons of all time. Just looking at some simple box
33 points a game versus 29. Okay. 5 rebounds a game. That's what I'm saying. Like, these are the most important stats. Niggas in the, like, bro, in real life, niggas not talking about, you know what I'm saying, in barbershop, niggas talking about some, hey, bro, the niggas shooting 90% for the free throw line. Nobody gives a fuck. Niggas care about what the points say, the rebounds say, and the assists say. All the steals per game, the blocks per game, the field goal percentage, nobody gives a fuck, my nigga. Like, nobody's bringing up an argument, hey, the niggas in the 50, 40, 90 club. Nobody, that's some ESPN, Fox Sports shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Niggas talk about, hey, bro, that nigga giving niggas 48 game. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how you can look at both of their stats. They both, you know what I'm saying? Worry, they both doing this. You know what I'm saying? Jokic is fucking doing 30-point trip dub. Niggas is not talking about, bro. Nobody outside is saying Jokic is averaging a 29-point triple double. Nigga, 29 is 30 points. Niggas averaging a 30-point triple double with 40%. I know I just talked about niggas don't care about percentage, but the fact that nigga is shooting almost 50% from 3-point range. I ain't gonna lie. Oh. Yeah, I really don't know how you could not give this shit to Jokic other than you just tired of voting. You just tired of voting for this nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is like, this stat line right here is insane, my nigga.
Score numbers.
How the fuck is Jokic second in steals? The nigga don't play no defense. The fuck? I ain't never see Jokic block a nigga shot, ever. I ain't gonna lie.
Nikola Jokic jumps off the screen like the obvious favorite. A near 30-point triple-double on nearly the best efficiency in the entire league, and the first player to ever be top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists. Numbers that make Shai's season look a bit pedestrian, despite being...
If you literally don't give it to Jokic, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't take the MVP very serious no more. I don't take half of the award serious anymore. That's why I just said don't talk to me when it comes to Kyrie about MVPs and All-Star selects. Bro, every league, not even just NBA, be a bunch of politics and bullshit, bro. This shit don't be like this shit be who, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit don't be like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Historic. 33, 5, and 6 on at least 60% true shooting is a stat line that has only been achieved by 3 other players in the history of the NBA. Michael Jordan, James Harden, and Luka Doncic across 5 different seasons.
Yo, Harden on Rockets was cooking niggas. Nigga. One dunk I'll never forget by James Harden. Y'all niggas know exactly what dunk I'm talking about right now. When that nigga was going against the Warriors in the playoffs, my nigga. That was a tough series. Him and Draymond was getting into it all series, my nigga. This nigga come down the lane with the left hand tomahawk, booms it on the nigga. Draymond gets so tight, he pushed the nigga to the floor. That's yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's in the NBA. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, NBA cool now, but like that was valid. That was valid times for sure. I ain't gonna lie.
Although none of them were as efficient from the floor as Shai is this season. However, box score numbers by themselves have never been quite enough to compel voters. Of these 5 previous seasons, only one of them ended up winning the MVP, Michael Jordan in '88. And to pull it off, he had to also be the best defensive player in the league. In the case of Jokic, there's only been one season in modern NBA history that compares to his, Russell Westbrook in 2017. And that season, he was the runaway MVP, receiving 69 of the total 101 first.
How do you not give a nigga a triple-double who's averaging 30, 10, and 10? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Place votes. The glaring difference between these 2 seasons, the mile-wide gap in their efficiency. Nearly a decade and some of the most absurd statistical seasons later, and the upgraded version of Westbrook's MVP season not only doesn't warrant a runaway victory for the award, it may not even win it. But these numbers hardly even scratch the surface of the impact and value these two provide every game. If we take a deeper look into some of their more advanced numbers, we can see just how remarkable Shai and Jokic have been this season and why the MVP race is as close as it is. To put into perspective the caliber of season these two are having, LeBron at his absolute statistical peak had a box plus minus of 13.24. Steph Curry at his absolute best had a BPM of 11.94.
Hey, what y'all think is the best year LeBron?
This season, Jokic has a box plus minus of 13.21, and Shai is at 11.58. Choosing between Jokic and SGA this season is like picking.
Jokic need to take his ass to a Knicks jersey, my nigga. The Denver Nuggets is never winning another championship for at least the next 50 years. I'll tell you that right now. I know he probably not gonna do it because, you know what I'm saying, what's crazy is the nigga averaging 30 and 10, 10, 10, and the nigga don't care about nothing but riding horsebacks and shit like that. That's just wild to me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, what the fuck? And I'm saying, when you see him, he not even athletic. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm saying, like, if you didn't know him as Nikola Jokic, right, and you went to 24 Fitness, the only reason you would put him on the team is because of his height. It wouldn't be because, like, you think he can hoop. Like, you see this nigga, I'm like, bro, this nigga is not no hooper. But the nigga just be busting. Like, the nigga be violating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bro.
Between 09 LeBron.
It's so crazy about him. Like, he not even, like, super athletic to me, but he just bully niggas. I don't know, like.
And 2016 Steph. Good luck. For the last half-decade, Jokic has led the league in just about every advanced metric by about a mile. But this season, Shai has threatened Jokic's spot and even dethroned him at times as the best player in the league.
You gotta think about it. Only y'all probably like some of y'all, oh my god, Jokic game. How you gonna say Jokic's game is boring? I don't know. Bro, I like to see niggas getting ankle snatched, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Niggas getting put, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about posterized, all types, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, nigga, my top 5 point guards of all time. Listen. Look at my top 5 point guards. These are my top 5 players of all time. 1, I got Kyrie. 2, I got Kobe. 3, I got KD. 4, I got Isaiah Thomas on the Celtics. 5, I got James Harden. I ain't gonna lie. It'll be between James Harden and Chris Paul. Yeah, James Harden and Chris Paul. I ain't gonna lie.
That in and of itself is probably the most impressive thing he's done all season. On any given night, either one of them can look like the most impactful player on the planet. And even looking at advanced numbers, the edge is only slightly in Jokic's favor. Crafted NBA has Jokic as the best player in the NBA this season, with Shea right behind him, and then a really big gap, and then everyone else. Estimated plus minus, on the other hand, has Shea as the best player in the league this season, with Jokic right behind him, and then huge gap, everyone else. A quick glance at—
Ain't no niggas outside talking about some fucking plus minus. Whoa. Oh, nobody give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We looking at when we watch the game and we looking at the stats. Motherfuckers ain't getting into order. Like I said, the percentage nobody care about all that. Who averaging 30-point triple-double? That's pretty much what the argument ended. I ain't gonna lie, that's me. I don't know about
any of these catch-all statistics will tell you that Jokic and SGA are both historically and almost equally as dominant this season. Fortunately for those who are put to the difficult task of choosing—
What's crazy is neither the Thunder or the Nuggets winning the championship, though. I'll tell you that right now. It's between. I'm being completely honest, unbiased, my nigga. These are the 2 teams that's winning the NBA championship this season. If it's not the Knicks, and nigga, the only reason Knicks didn't win it last year was because of injuries. It's gonna be the Lakers. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely gonna be the Lakers. Ain't nobody fucking with. Cause I had the Mavs coming out the West after that trade. Y'all probably like, nigga, Kyrie and AD would have been insane. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, since it's not the Mavs no more, obviously, you know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody beating no fucking Luka and LeBron 4 times. I'm not, bro. Niggas is not doing it. Like, give me a team that's doing it. The Nuggets not doing that shit. The Timberwolves, fuck no. Suns ain't even in that shit. All the teams I got, like, the best and shit, like KD, Suns is ass. It's not even KD for. Suns is ass. So I'm saying, like, there's no team in the West that you, could literally say is better than the Lakers. I ain't gonna lie. So I think it's gonna come down to Knicks versus Lakers. The Celtics definitely not coming out the East. The Celtics is ass this year for sure. Them niggas is overrated as fuck. All they do is jack up threes, and them saying half of the time they be missing them shits. The Cavs, they cool, but a decent regular season team. Nobody has the Cavs in the championship conversation. So that's why them saying it's just an obvious home run. Them saying obvious pick. It's definitely coming down to Knicks Lakers, and that shit's gonna be insane to have New York versus LA for the NBA Finals. Nigga, movie. That's a movie. I ain't gonna lie. Word. Word. Hold on.
Between Jokic and SGA for MVP, these numbers have never been a direct indication of who will or who should win the award.
And
over the last 2 decades, the best or most impactful player in the NBA in any given season, according to some of the best advanced metrics, ended up winning the MVP award only about half of the time. Many times, these are cases where the individual numbers were backed with regular season team success, but rarely have the numbers alone, regardless of how great they were, been enough to be crowned the most valuable player in the league. In fact, if putting up the best stats automatically made a player the MVP, voting for the award wouldn't even be necessary. So in terms of sheer individual numbers, there isn't a very compelling case to be made in either direction. Jokic's numbers are better, but without more context, their dominance from game to game is virtually the same. So we need to add more context. How are these performances impacting their team? And to what extent does their historic production lead their team to success?
You asked me, my nigga, the Nuggets is not a playoff team without Jokic. You asked me the Thunder without Shea. I feel like they still a playoff team. That's just me, though. And I fuck with Shea. Shea be causing niggas up. Shea be worried. Shea be getting in his bag. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, it's like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just saying in terms of, like, I feel like the only way you don't give it to Jokic is you literally tired of voting for bro. I ain't gonna lie. like, that's why I'm taking the award shit seriously, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of this should be about feelings and not based on facts. I ain't gonna lie. Should really be about politics and who like
in most cases, when two players are having incredible seasons, the tiebreaker in the eyes of fans and voters comes down to how well their team is playing. The second ingredient—
How the fuck you leave Kyrie off the list on the top 75? How the fuck you leave Dwayne Howard off the list on the top 75? Like I said, this should be off facts. I mean, this should be off emotions and feelings, bro. Who don't like who and who got, I'm saying, more pull in the to say who this and who not. Like, bro.
To the MVP recipe. Win and win often. 25 of the last 30 MVPs went to players who clinched either the first or second seed in their conference. And right now, the Thunder aren't just winning more games than the Nuggets. They are the 4th highest winning team in modern NBA history. But recently...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. I ain't know that. I didn't know that. I ain't gonna lie. Only behind the Chicago... Wait, the Thunder about to be 72-10? You lying. These niggas above the 72-10 team? Don't tell me the Thunder about to break the all-time record for most wins. How many losses they got? Show the record. Damn, it's not showing.
Team success has held less weight in the MVP discussion than it has in the past. 3 of the last 4 MVPs going to players outside of the top 2 seeds. Nikola Jokic being just the 2nd player in over 40 years to win the MVP, despite his team not even cracking 50 wins in a full season back in 2021. As if the voters have made the decision that the MVP isn't limited to simply the best player on the best team, but rather the player who has the largest impact on a winning team. And right now, there is one player in basketball who is impacting the game far more than anyone else. Ooh. Here are the current top 8 leaders in the MVP race: Jokic, Shea, Giannis, Tatum, Mitchell, Curry, Mobley, and LeBron. And here are the net ratings of each of their teams. Shea has...
Who the fuck is responsible for making this list, bro? Giannis up there, and the Bucks is completely shitty this year. I ain't gonna lie. Giannis a bucket though. It's not even Giannis' fault, but the Bucks is ass. I'm saying though, to have Giannis as higher in the MVP race than Jalen Brunson, considering that Brunson is literally only playing with one other All-Star, bro. The Bucks got about 4 All-Stars. They got Dave. They got Bobby Portis. You know what I'm saying? They just signed Kyle Kuzma. So I'm saying, like, the Bucks have more talent around them. Don't get me wrong, the Knicks is like the Knicks for sure. Like I'm saying, I got us winning the championship, but I'm saying in terms of like individual talent, the Bucks got the more individual talent, but they're not a better team than the Knicks. So I'm saying to not have Jalen Brunson in the top, okay, whatever. But to not have Jalen Brunson and not in the top 3 is nasty work to me. And they got Evan Mobley in here.
Has put on a master.
Everybody on this list is a bucket though. I'm kind of like, that's why I be saying like this is just based off not facts and like emotions though. That's like I don't be taking this
all season, leading the Thunder to be not just the most dominant team this season, but the 2nd most dominant regular season team in NBA history in terms of net rating. And for many people, the overwhelming team success the Thunder have had this season is enough to push Shea into the lead for the MVP. But value isn't just when your team wins. It is how much your team depends on you to win. If we look at each team's net rating when their MVP candidate is on the floor, it is clear that the Thunder are easily the best team in the league when Shea is on the court, with an absurd net rating of...
I want y'all to drop y'all NBA championship prediction in the comments right now, bro. I know none of y'all niggas got the Thunder on y'all shit.
Plus 18.3. This means that when Shea is on the floor, the Thunder are nearly 20 points better than their opponents per 100 possessions, followed by the Cavs with Mobley, the Cavs with Mitchell, and the Nuggets with Jokic. But the most revealing measure is the difference a player makes for their team when they're on the court versus when they're off the court, where Nikola Jokic jumps out as by far the most valuable and important player to his team in the entire league. His presence on the floor is the difference between the Nuggets being a net negative 8.2 points, bordering the worst team in the NBA, and a plus 10.6, one of the best teams in the NBA. For many of these MVP candidates, their team can still compete at a high level even when they're off the court, like the Celtics without Tatum, the Cavs without Mitchell or without Mobley, the Lakers without LeBron, and the Thunder without Shea. Steph and Giannis are the only other MVP candidates who elevate their teams from below average to title contenders. But without Jokic on the floor this season, the Nuggets are nearly the worst team in the league.
What did I just tell you niggas? I told you niggas halfway through this video, I said you take Jokic off the Nuggets, they not a playoff team. And niggas think I just be chatting. Listen, you don't gotta listen to Munchy Dada, but if you gonna listen to somebody, let it be me, my nigga, cause I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I be knowing what I'm talking about. I'm not a student of the game, nigga, I'm a master of the game. You know what I'm saying? I really know I don't need to know this shit, nigga, I'm in it. You know what I'm I'm saying? Like, I am, the greatest of all time. Like, I'm saying?
Now, it's worth considering.
Nobody want to see me in a 1v1. Nigga, I really understand the game on a different level. I promise you. Don't nobody want, nigga, say it. Say it. Nigga, I'll drop the IRL. Nigga, say nigga. Fuck.
Who these players play around when they're on the floor. A rotation that tends to keep starters together is bound to favor those in that starting lineup compared to a rotation that pulls and plugs periodically. For example, if Jokic tends to play with starters more often than not, but SGA is constantly playing with rotational players, Jokic's numbers are going to appear better on paper because he's playing alongside a better group. And so I looked into this. How many possessions these MVP candidates have played this season, and how many of those possessions were exclusively with the starting lineup. And it turns out that Nikola Jokic does have the benefit of playing with the best players on the Nuggets more than any of these other candidates play with theirs. 17.
How the fuck you gonna use that against it? Huh? Nigga, that's a... The fuck? Niggas supposed to play their bench players throughout the game? Like, I'm about to turn this shit off. I ain't gonna lie. I get it though. This is a great video. I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about in terms of like, if MVP voters use this shit to look at it and be like, well, Jokic plays with the starters the most, so that's why his stats look a little better. What? The fuck? Nigga, the Pistons went on a 28-game loser streak last year with their starters. Like, what are we talking about?
Percent of all of his minutes on the court coming alongside the Nuggets starters. For comparison, Steph only plays with the Warriors starting lineup 9% of the time. But in most cases, this number is negligible. For example, Giannis plays with the Bucks starters virtually as much as Jokic plays with his. And at most, the difference in time these players see on the court with their best unit varies by less than 10% of their total playing time. In other words, it doesn't really matter who Jokic is playing around. He rises the tides for his entire team significantly more than anyone else in the entire league.
I'm about to tell you niggas how the MVP conversation about to go when these voters is up. I'm about to tell you how the conversation exactly about to go, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Between the MVP voters and shit like that. They gonna be in the room, big round table, you feel me? Niggas with suits and ties on and bow ties, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Fedoras, all type of shit, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna have a pencil, you know what I'm saying, pad in hand, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, you know what I'm saying? All we tired of voting for this nigga Jokic. That's what I'm saying, that's what one person gonna say in the room. Everybody gonna look to their left and right. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, the nigga already got 2-3 MVPs. What hurts this nigga to lose out on one more, you feel me? Shea got none. Tired of seeing this nigga Jokic win some. It's about time we pass the torch to somebody else, my nigga. He done had his, you know what I'm saying, he had his fun, he had his, you know what I'm saying, he had his run, he had his share of him. It's time to pass this, you know what I'm saying? It's time to pass the torch. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Shay, although he not, you feel me? Although he better though. Like, he not, but he better though. I'm thinking that's what the conversation is like about to come down to, bro. Cause y'all niggas cannot convince me that somebody that's averaging 30 and 10 and 10, shooting 40% from the 3-point line, and like 50% from the field, is not winning MVP. Makes zero sense. I ain't gonna lie.
League. In fact, according to Cleaning the Glass, when you translate these on-off splits to an estimation of impact on Denver's record, the Nuggets are a staggering 45 wins better as a team when Jokic is on the floor versus when he isn't. For comparison, Shea's on-court impact on the Thunder projects to them being about 15 wins better as a team. But this is where the discussion becomes a matter of what you value most in your most valuable player. Because while Jokic elevates the Nuggets to one of the best teams in the league, Shea elevates the Thunder to being one of the best teams of all time. Is it more valuable to drag your team from being bad to being in title contention? Or is it more valuable to elevate your team from title hopefuls to overwhelming title?
Y'all really got Thunder coming out the West? I got the Lakers smacking them niggas in 5 and 6. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't see nobody on the Thunder that's guarding LeBron and Jokic. I said LeBron and Jokic. LeBron and Luka at the same time. I don't give a fuck if you put Dort, Caruso, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not even no Lakers fan. I'm just telling you niggas, I ain't gonna lie. It's not happening. I cash app you niggas each and every one of y'all $100. The Thunder beat the Lakers in the series in the playoffs. I'm dead ass. I ain't gonna lie. Cause nah. If they end up not playing the Lakers, they end up going through somebody. All right, say no more. But look. These are two teams I had beating the Thunder fully healthy. I had the Mavericks for sure, and I had the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Now since they traded for Luka, I felt like the Western Conference Finals would have came down to the Mavs versus the Lakers, bro. That's me though. The Timberwolves ass this year. Suns, I ain't gonna lie. KD about to be a motherfucking Nick. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody get real spooky. Not gonna lie. Hold on. KD and the Apple, nigga. Y'all know what's going on. Hold on.
This is essentially what the MVP race is boiling down to. A player with ungodly numbers propelling his team to compete at a level they have no business being at, or a historically great scoring juggernaut who is the sole leader of the best team in recent history. And the answer to this question may boil down to a third and final ingredient to the MVP award, a factor that is often ultimately decided who has won in the past and will more than likely be the deciding factor this season.
Story worth voting for. Okay.
In ESPN's most recent MVP straw poll, 100 members of the media were asked to cast their vote on who they thought was the MVP of the 2025 NBA season. The results? Within the top 5, Donovan Mitchell received 0 first-place votes. So did Tatum.
Alright. We got Buss's name up in that motherfucker. Hold on. Tice. You know what I'm saying? About time, bro, get respected. It is disrespect. He get respected, but at the same time, you ask me, he still get disrespected. Because to have boys 6, like I said, with that he working with, come on now. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all niggas don't know ball. Y'all not real historians, you know what I'm saying, student of the game to really, you know what I'm saying, speak on the game. And that's why I don't take nothing you niggas say seriously. I ain't gonna lie.
And so did Giannis. Nikola Jokic received 30, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander received 70 of the 100 first-place votes. So far, the media has spoken, and they think Shai is this season's most valuable player. But in more recent surveys asking players, NBA executives, and NBA analysts, out of the 25 votes that were casted, 18 were in favor of Jokic, and only 7 voted for Shai. Which brings us to our third ingredient in the MVP. Narratives. Beyond what you do on the court.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. This should be coming down to feelings and emotions. Nobody, like, bro, if we talking straight basketball, my nigga. Just straight basketball. Even with me, I said Jokic, you know what I'm saying? That shit boring to me. I ain't gonna lie. I said it right now. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if niggas gave me free Nuggets tickets, do I really give a fuck? I'm not gonna lie. Like, I may go, I may not go. I'm not gonna lie. If it's the Nuggets versus the Pistons, nigga, I'm not going. I'm good. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, even if it's the Nuggets versus the, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me think. The Cavs. Nigga, I'ma stay home. Like, neither one of those two teams excited me. I ain't gonna lie. Mitchell a bucket though. And Darius Garland be snatching niggas too. I ain't gonna lie. They can be violating niggas. But I'm just not. Niggas is not rushing to turn no Cavs game on. Niggas not rushing to turn no Nuggets game on. So if you had to ask me who the MVP is, like I said, if this shit based on like who would I rather watch, which half of the time this should be coming down to anyway, shit don't be about the stats for real, I'ma give it to Shai. I'm talking about if we talking about who do I want to watch. Cause nigga, I don't care to see niggas sky hooking and posting up. And I don't care about that shit. Now had Jokic been like a Dwight Howard, feel me, a Shaq type nigga, you feel me? Sean Kemp type nigga, I'd be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Word. Like soul snatching nigga. I'm talking about like, you know what I'm saying? You see like shit like this will excite me in the NBA game. I'm talking about, nigga, I don't know what year this was, but whatever. Dwayne Wade coming on the court, you know what I'm saying? Word. You know what I'm saying? Fast as hell, whatever. Dunks on the nigga, makes Anderson Varejao legs hit the stitching, my nigga. Like shit like that. Word. LeBron to Dwayne Wade back to LeBron, and the nigga put Jason Terry in the rim with the ball, my nigga. Hey. Kevin Durant Kevin Durant coming down the court, you feel me? It's game. I think that was game 3. Warriors down, I think 2. And the nigga pull up from 40 and hit the, you know what I'm saying? Right in LeBron face, nigga. That's boring to me, for real. I'm not trying to see niggas post up and shit like that. I don't care about this shit. This shit is boring. Fuck. Y'all niggas know y'all not watching no, you know what I'm saying? So if we come down to the feelings and shit like that, I'm gonna give this a. Actual basketball logic, though, nigga, it's clearly Jokic. I ain't gonna lie.
Story has to be in your favor as well. And at the moment, every narrative is beaming directly at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to become this season's most valuable player. First and foremost, he is the best player on the best team, a formula that has led to more MVPs than any other. While Jokic is fighting the uphill battle of voter fatigue, Shai is ripe to receive his first MVP.
Never won an MVP,
he's not just having a great season, he's having an all-time great individual season. He plays both sides of the ball. He is the leader of the NBA's brightest young team, and in a league that's been searching for a fresh face, Shai is front and center. SGA has what I consider to be the perfect MVP.
You gotta think about this too. I feel like SGA probably got more marketability too, so that's probably playing a factor too. Like they try, you know what I'm saying, they looking for like the next face. Like Jokic, you know what I'm saying, like as valid as he is, niggas not like saying like Jokic is the face of the nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like nah.
Resume this season. He checks every single box for what you would want in your most valuable player. He has the marquee performances, he has the momentum, he has the caliber, and of course, he's never won it before. But narratives can also lead us astray. They can allow our emotions to dictate how we perceive what we are actually seeing. And that's where precedence gives us points to reference and search for the most fair and accurate conclusion. It allows us to not be prisoners of the
niggas really compare Shai to Michael Jordan, damn.
Moment, but instead consider the history of the game and the unwritten rules we've abided by up to this point. Precedence tells us that no matter how great a player is, winning 4 MVPs before making it to the finals even twice is completely unheard of, even for the greatest players to ever play. For this same reason, voter fatigue is a frustrating but very real thing. If the MVP award purely went to the most valuable player in the league every season, Michael Jordan and LeBron.
This nigga, bro, Curry, oh my, bro, he used to make the Clippers look fucking dumb, like every time. Oh my gosh, bro. He was to terrorize them niggas.
Would each be sitting on about 8 of them right now. Instead, the award sort of blends from one season to the next, taking in the context of everything that came before it and the consequences of it. Decades ago, MVP voters decided that the award was not reserved for the best player or even the player having the best season. Instead, it was an award that had multiple ingredients, multiple boxes that needed to be checked off. But even by their own criteria, what qualified a player to be the MVP was changing all the time. If it was simply the player having the best season, Michael Jordan would have won it about 8 times. If it was the best player on the best team, Michael Jordan would have won it about 8 times. But instead, he has 5, which has essentially set a firm benchmark on how voters vote for the foreseeable future. Voters messed up by not rewarding MJ with the number of MVPs he rightfully earned, and so every player that came after him is held to the same arbitrary, convoluted standard. As one fan put it, sports writers regret not giving Jordan all the MVPs and now punish everyone after that like it's a Supreme Court case and not just something they could change at any time. A case of we do it this way because we've always done it this way. The MVP award should be given to the most valuable player in the league, but it's not quite that simple, and it never has been. To make the argument that Jokic deserves the MVP because he is objectively having the best season in basketball right now would be the most logical conclusion.
Exactly, but it's not about logic. It's about niggas' antics and politics. That's all it is.
But it would also be ignoring the 78 years of history, tradition, and expectations that we have come to follow.
Yeah, man, let me know how y'all felt about that vid, feel me, you know what I'm saying? My pick for the 2025 NBA season, MVP, is no other than that nigga Jalen Brunson. Let's not even do that. I ain't gonna lie. If you're not gonna come to my list, if you're not gonna come to my comment section with logic, don't even comment nothing down there, bro. If you say anything other than Jalen Brunson, at least have some facts to back what you saying. But don't just come in there saying, Brunson not the MVP because you don't like the Knicks. That's cool. And that's exactly why the MVP race is turning out like this, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas don't be using y'all brain half the time. And y'all just say what y'all think is cool and look good, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't really be listening to nobody. Because, you know what I'm saying? everybody can see Brunson is the best player in the NBA right now. So I ain't about to say too much. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all like the video. Y'all comment, subscribe. Munchy Don, Dada, fuck is you talking about? Stop talking to me.